أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الصلاة والسلام على سيد المرسلين وعلى آله وأصحابه وأزواجه أجمعين. Assalamu alaikum, my dear brothers and sisters. So we're going to look at the famous parable of the two men. One of them had two gardens, and these were the most amazing gardens that you could ever imagine, almost perfect in every way. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives one of these two men. Some of the reports say that these two men were brothers. One was poor and one was very wealthy. So he had two gardens, and these were grape gardens. Grapes were the most precious and the most luxurious of all the fruits, but they were weak because they can be easily attacked by the water and the wind. So then these were surrounded by date palm trees. So you've got grapes and date palms, the most staple and the most precious of all the foods. And the grapes are being protected by a surrounding fence of strong date palm trees. And then in the midst of the actual orchard themselves were lots of zara'a, lots of green plants or corn fields, i.e. this ground was very fertile, very lush, producing corn and plants and grapes and dates. And in addition to this, what do all these plants need? They need water. And did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He provided a river running directly in between the two grape farm orchards. Everything that this garden needed, perfect arrangement, everything was provided. It had the strength and protection of the date palms. It had the beautiful grape in between. It had a river in between. Everything which was needed for it to flourish was there. And here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that He's reminding that this parable is to remind the people that, look, your knowledge and power is limited. Don't think this was because of all of your own efforts. Your own efforts were minuscule. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has the ultimate power and the ultimate knowledge. If you think that all of your achievements are because of your own knowledge and your own power, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can take it away very, very quickly and very, very easily. And the consequences are always bad. Whenever you attribute anything to yourself, any efforts, you attribute them to yourself, any achievements, you attribute them to yourself, the consequences are always bad. And the mistake that this man made, thinking that his garden was a result of his power and his knowledge, and he didn't realize what makes a garden good. He thought, well, if I just follow a procedure, till the soil, put the water in, everything's going to grow, and this is all of my hard work. But there are many forces involved in the production of this garden. There are some forces but there are many more that you don't know, and they are more powerful than what you do know. So the right attitude should be, do your best, put your effort in with anything, and then trust in Allah. Don't be arrogant and proud, because all of these things can be removed very, very quickly, as this goes to show. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says, وَلَمْ تَظْلِمْ مِنْهُ شَيْئًا, that there was no shortcoming in any of these. Everything was yielding to its maximum. The grapes were yielding to their maximum. The date palms were maximum. The river was full. The corn and the green plants in the midst were full. Everything was producing to the best of its ability. There was no shortcoming in any way. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had made this in perfect completion. And you might ask, why is it Jannatain? Because anything in this world is always in a pair. This is considered complete, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made everything in pairs. So everything is always made in pairs, is complete. Allah's perfection is with His oneness, but everything on the world for human beings is always made in pairs. It's made complete. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He also mentions, and in addition to all of this, وَكَانَ لَهُ ثَمَرٌ, that the person also had additional wealth. He had business, he had gold and silver, he had a lot of wealth. So this made him very, very arrogant. And he invited his brother or his neighbor or his friend or companion, and he started showing off. And he started saying, أَنَا أَكْثَرُ مِنْكَ مَالًا وَعَزُّ نَفَرًا, I have more wealth than you, and I have more nafar. Nafar means either family or supporters or friends or confederates. He had groups of people who would support him. He had everything, and he started boasting, trying to hurt his friend, because this is not something a nice person would say to someone, trying to push his friend down, humiliate him. I've got more than you. I've got more wealth than you. He became so arrogant. He forgot that everything was given to him, and he was thinking, I've got so much more than you, trying to make his friend feel small. And what happens is, when arrogant people become arrogant, they think that they own the whole world. and they think that everything they have is from their achievements, and they think that everything they have will last forever. ما أظن أن تبيد هذه أبدا. I don't think this is ever going to finish. It's going to last forever. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He reminds us that this is what his mentality was. He's thinking, look at all these beautiful gardens. I've got money, I've got wealth, I've got a river, I've got grapes and dates and corn. This is going to last forever. I'm never going to be poor. I'm always going to have this wealth. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَهُوَ ظَالِمٌ لِنَفْسِهِ, that he was wronging himself when he was saying this. He was harming himself. This was the nail in his coffin when he started to say this and started to wrong himself, attributing all of this to him and saying that this will last forever. Nothing will last forever. Allah gave it to you. He can take it away from you just as easy. Allah is reminding you, this world is run by me, not by you. Everything you have is given to me, not by your own achievements. It was given to you. It can be taken away very easily. Don't make these claims. Don't attribute anything to yourself. And he said, and then in addition to this, the arrogance starts to get bigger and bigger. Then he goes, وَمَا أَظُنُّ السَّاعَةَ قَائِمَةً. I don't think the hour is even going to come, i.e. this will never finish and I will never die. وَلَئِنْ رُدِدْتُ إِلَى رَبِّي لَأَجِدَنَّ خَيْرًا مِنْهَا مُنْقَلَبًا. And even if I am brought back to my Lord, I will surely find a better place there. And this is a very, very typical attitude of the one who disbelieves in God, who doesn't attribute anything to God. I've got wealth in this world, and if I am to die and go up to the hereafter, I will probably be given a garden better than this anyway. They think they are so good. And I have heard this for those of you who give da'wah to people. They will tell you, I don't believe in God, but if there is a God, I will probably go to heaven anyway. This is what arrogance does. You become blinded by everything. And this is what wealth does. Be very, very cautious of wealth. Any wealth you have, remember, it's been given to you by Allah, it can be taken away. And do not let yourself be engulfed by it, chasing the dunya, buying expensive cars and houses and expensive things just because you can. This is israf. This is wasting and extravagance. Buy what you need. It can be something good. It can be something appropriate to your needs. There's no harm in having nice things, but don't become extravagant. Don't use this wealth in a wasteful manner. Use it in its proper way, taking care of your family, taking care of your neighbors, taking care of those who require sadaqah and support and health. So what happens then is now his companion, he's pious, and he tries to give da'wah to his friend. And he says, how can you say this? أَكَفَرْتَ بِالَّذِي خَلَقَكَ, that you disbelieve in the one who created you, reminding him from where he came from, min turab, you came from dust, you're nothing special. You thinking all of this makes you something big. ثُمَّ مِن نُطْفَةٍ, and you came from a drop of dirty water, a drop of semen. ثُمَّ سَوَّاكَ رَجُلًا, then Allah made you a man. You weren't even anything before this. Allah gave you everything. You're attributing everything to yourself. Allah gave you everything. He made you who you are, and you're forgetting where all this came from. And what happens when the arrogant is reminded of this? They don't like it. They don't like being reminded of the reality. They don't like being reminded of what their dues are. When you go to a rich person who is not generous with his money and you say, look, Allah gave you so much, you should share it with the people, they become arrogant. Why? I did this, I earned this, this is all for me. Why do I need to give it to anyone? لَكِنَّ هُوَ اللَّهُ رَبِّي وَلَا أَشْرِكُ بِرَبِّي أَحَدًا. And now his companion is pious, giving him dawah. And my God and my Allah and God, he is my Lord. And I do not associate anyone with Allah. I am loyal to him. He gave you anything. He gave me everything. When you refer your knowledge and achievement to yourself, understand that this is shirk. Anything you've achieved, be it big or small, attribute it to Allah. When you attribute it to yourself, this is shirk, because nothing is done by your own two hands. Everything is done by Allah. Everything is given to you by Allah. You might think this is because of the hard work. Just remember, the hard work is a small proportion. What about the environment you were born into? Nothing to do with you. The intelligence you were given, nothing to do with you. The parental support you were given, nothing to do with you. The opportunities you were being given, nothing to do with you. The country, the nationality, everything which facilitated you becoming who you are and the success you've had, nothing to do with you. It all existed before you were even born. Your hard work plays a very small part of this. And in addition to that, the hard work comes from your mind. Who gave you your mind? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Who gave you the hands to fulfill what your mind suggests? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. attribute nothing to yourself. Whenever you do anything good or see anything good, what do you say? You say Alhamdulillah, or you say MashaAllah. And this is what his partner, his companion suggests to him. وَلَوْلَا إِذَا دَخَلْتَ, had you entered your garden, it would be better for you to say MashaAllah la quwwata illa billah, that no one has any power except by God. And although tarani ana aqalla minka malan wa walada, you see me poorer in wealth and children to you, it's more appropriate that you have the right manner. It's more appropriate that you attribute all of this to Allah's will. What happens? And he goes, and this man is why he's saying, look, if you keep doing this, Allah's going to take it all away. فَعَسَى رَبِّي أَن يُؤْتِيَنِي خَيْرًا مِنْكَ جَنَّتِكَ وَيُرْسِلَ عَلَيْهَا حُسْبَانًا مِنَ السَّمَاءِ فَتُصْبِحَ صَعِيدًا زَلَقًا. Maybe Allah will give me a garden better than yours, and He may put upon you a husban, some kind of a punishment from the sky, and make the earth barren. Sa'idan is the surface of the earth. Zalaqa means that where there is nothing on there. It's slippery. It's nothing can grow. It's just barren and infertile. Allah will take it all away. Or yusbiha ma'uha. He will make the water ghawra, go deep. فَلَن تَسْتَطِيعَ لَهُ طَلَبًا. And then you will not find any trace of it. If the water goes, the plants die. And if there's no plants, there's no garden, then there's wealth. Allah can take it all away. Don't think that He can't. He reminds him, his brother, of when he becomes arrogant, and thus we should remind our brothers and sisters, if we feel that they are becoming arrogant, we should remind them, Allah gave it to you, you can take it away. Use it for the right reasons. And then what happens? All of his fruits were gone. Everything disappears. يُقَلِّبُ كَفَّيْهِ. All he could do was wring his hands, i.e. out of despair. It's all gone. Everything had gone. And then what did he eventually resort to? Ya laytani lam ashrik bi rabbi ahada. Had only I not associated anyone with my Lord. But it's too late. The punishment has happened. Allah warned him through this man, trying to give him guidance, but he was too arrogant, and Allah took everything away. Now who is the winner? The man who has his iman, the man who gave nasiha, the man who had sabr, whilst the rich man was putting him down and being humiliating him and being arrogant with him. وَلَمْ تَكُنْ لَهُ فِئَةٌ يَنْصُرُونَهُ مِنْ دُونِ اللَّهِ وَمَا كَانَ مُنْتَصِرًا. He had nobody to help him now other than God, and he was not able to save himself. And the word fi'ah means there is no support, no party. In the other verse, it mentioned nafar, that he had us a party, i.e. everyone's left him. People are with you when you've got money. When there's nobody, no money left, nobody stays with you. Only Allah is left for you now. And you should return to Him, and you should ask for His help, and you should ask for His forgiveness. My dear brothers and sisters, a very, very timely reminder. In Ramadan, شَهْرٌ يُزَادُ فِيهِ رِزْقَ الْمُؤْمِنِ. Allah gives us so much, but we have to always remember everything is from Allah. And a time might come where the joy that we have in Ramadan at iftar time and at Eid time, the money that we enjoy, the food that we enjoy, the family we enjoy, it can be taken away. It will be taken away. Nothing lasts forever. Appreciate what you have, share generously with the people, and remember everything is from Allah, and to Him everything will return. Jazakallahu khairan, and please remember to support Cambridge Islamic College in the future. Wa akhirun da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Assalamu alaikum.